5. Movie House is not first. There'll be one spot before it.
Join us at 512-836-0590. Now, here are Todd and Don.
Yeah, I've got a couple of stories we want to throw into the mix, but you can join us on anything we've talked about today, and 512-836-0590. Got a call from Pete there just at the top of the hour, the owner, operator of Delaware Subs.
Yeah.
They used to have 15 locations in town. Now they're down to one.
One that's struggling.
Over there on Mesa. One of those. Would you consider that one of those iconic businesses?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, formerly
Absolutely.
15. Yeah, Delaware Subs, been around as long as I can remember, and a really good product.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate.
Over on Mesa, am I right? I don't know what the address is.
Mesa and Spicewood Springs, right at the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jerry Sizemore. Former Longhorn was their spokesperson, right?
He was, and maybe he was one of their franchisees as well.
May have been at one time, yeah. All right, jump in here at 512-836-0590. Crime in the Runberg area is on a rise big time. According to the Austin police data, about 20% of the murders since January have happened right there in the area of around Runberg and I-35.
Oh, yeah.
Doris Smith, she lives at Runberg and Northgate. She tells CBS Austin that she's approached all the time by aggressive panhandlers and drug users.
I feel threatened. I don't know I don't know if somebody's going to mug me. It's worse now. It was not always like this.
Well, you could say thank you to Greg Kassar. He represents your district, ma'am.
That's his.
Yeah, it's part of his district, District 4, along with 5 murders. The district has also seen 165 robberies, 285 aggravated assaults so far this year.
Hey, but he is on it when it comes to global warming and border issues.
That is true.
So
you're
that's
absolutely
right.
right.
Got to give you Runberg residents a lot of peace of mind.
Gregorio Kassar represents that district, and let's be very clear. Dora Smith, I just want to make sure folks in your neighborhood are aware of this. He's the one that made this a freedom city, the one that does not want to arrest people or even give them a citation if they drive around with no license or insurance.
Yeah.
Wants people not to arrest people and ask them about their immigration status either. He's the one that, basically allows that crime to happen in the city. He's the one that tells police to back off. Don't go there.
Yep.
Stop pulling over black and brown people in my neighborhood.
Exactly.
You're a racist if you pull them over. He's the one that says cops are racist, out there chasing people with black and brown skin. He is responsible for this. Just like the city council is responsible for more death on our roads by allowing people to sleep on the streets. It wasn't too long ago. I may be off of my years. About 10 years ago, there was a massive effort to revitalize the Runberg neighborhood.
Yeah.
And it worked. It worked.
Briefly.
They ran at the time they ran the homeless people out of that bridge at I-35 in Runberg. They put in the they welded in the steel bars to keep the pigeons away, keep the people away.
Yeah.
Underneath the girders of the bridge.
Yeah.
Well, now all that crime is back.
Oh, man, I see it 5 days a week when I leave the radio station, once I'm able to finally get out of this parking lot, which takes about 30 minutes due to the construction. I go down and I make that U-turn underneath 35 right there at Runberg, and every single day what I see is disturbing. Every single day I see something that obviously somebody's up to no good. Oh, yeah. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not being
well. If you want if you want injectable marijuanas,
yeah.
If you want to pick up a hookah, that's the area to be.
Injectable marijuana.
Well, I don't know what they do. I don't know what those kids do these days.
Okay.
You put it under your tongue, you shoot it up between your toes.
I don't know.
I don't know what you're doing out there with the marijuanas and the dopes, the devil's cabbage, the pots and the reefers.
Snorting the pot.
But if you're into that kind of thing, you pick it up there at Runberg and I-35.
Yeah.
If you're looking for a hooker, that's the place too.
It is, and you can spot them. And there's always there are people just wandering around there like zombies. And nothing good is going on.
I would like to ask Doris Smith, why the hell did you vote for Greg Kassar?
You have no representation. They really don't. And what he is, everything that he is doing for you is working against you. It is working against you to the point where.
My name is Gregorio Eduardo Kassar, and I'm proud to be your council member.
To the point where he's putting your lives in danger. He's putting their lives in danger.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's how he keeps us divided. Keeping some people scared.
But he's one of you, huh?
Albert in South Austin, good morning.
Morning, guys. I don't even know where to start after I listen to Pete. Our business is in direct relation to guys like Pete. We come in, we do commercial property inspections. You know, these people, they save their livelihood to open up a shop one woman wants to open a salon. We recently had a guy who was a barber who opened up a shop, but the certificate of occupancy had a different usage. So he goes through with the broker and everything. He signs his lease, and the minimum lease that you'll probably get on a commercial retail space is about 5 years. Sometimes they'll sign a 10-year lease for a lower rate, and they don't know the nightmare that they're going through once they've already signed the lease. They go through the inspections, they think everything is fine, and then the city shows up. And you'll have shops. Are you guys there?
Yeah, we're loud and clear listening.
You guys I'll have customers that call me up, and this is why we decided to make a change to our business. We have to start offering this kind of help to send somebody to the city to straighten it all out, because it takes hours and hours, and then you have to go to the One Texas Center downtown. And these poor people, they're there, they're paying a monthly, but they can't open the door for business because of all the red tape and the ineptitude at the city of Austin. They closed shop before they even opened up.
Wow.
And most of our business isn't even in Austin, even though we're based in Austin. We handle most of a lot all over Texas, but customers, we ask them, my boss used to be in construction. He quit construction because of the city of Austin. So he opened up this inspection company. But now we find ourselves, even though we're here, everybody knows we're here, we do more business outside of Austin because nobody wants to do business in Austin.
Well, Albert, let me push back on you a little bit, because you're telling a completely different story, and we agree with you. We hear from people just like you all the time. However, there's a story in the Austin Business Journal this morning that names Austin the friendliest city in the country for small businesses.
Yeah, I get tired of those stories like Forbes and the best business place. It's not. It's I would say the worst. It's the city working with the city, the permitting, and we see it all the time. And if we don't help our clients, we don't know how we're going to do it. I mean, we've been trying to. We do it. We send a guy out to town to wait in line to straighten out their permit headaches. And when I hear these stories, and they're just lies, I would say for some reason I'm thinking it does. Well, it makes sense. If I was a business and I got together with other businesses or even the city, I'd say, hey, you know what? Let's pay these journalists to lie because we're losing clients in the real world.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to tell the truth on the radio because we depend on commercial real estate inspections.
Well, this story is not, this was not a journalist story. This is from a survey from the San Francisco-based company Thumbtack. They're an app that helps, if you need a plumber, you need a welder, you can find them on Thumbtack.
That's an even easier lie.
Sure.
When you do a survey.
Absolutely.
You don't put your source. You say, hey, we surveyed people in our office.
Yeah. Yeah, and basically what it is, it's Thumbtack. They're based in San Francisco, and what they're really trying to do, they're not trying to say Austin is great. What they're trying to do is say San Francisco is bad.
Well,
they're based in San Francisco. They're really trying to say how bad California is for businesses, and they just threw Austin in the mix to get some attention.
Steve Adler and the city council is going to do everything that California is doing, and they're going to turn us into that. There's only one way to change this city. Only one way.
What's that?
You need 6 city council members that are Republican.
There you go. Albert, thank you very much.
Yeah.
512-836-0590.
Monkeys might fly out my butt.
Calling in from God's country, Joe in Cedar Park on the Todd and Don Show. Good morning, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, good morning. Hey, these people keep complaining about the city council and the mayor, but they keep voting in the worst one each time.
Yeah.
Whenever somebody calls in, you should ask them, did they vote and who did they vote for? And if they voted for these people or did not vote, you should just hang up on them.
Yeah. Well, listen, hey, sweep your own front porch, too. You got some problems up there in that city council in Cedar Park. You know what I mean?
You ain't all that.
I voted for Tim Kelly, and I also went out and got about 10 or 12 people to vote like-minded like me before the election. So I did do something.
You're a good man. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you,
yeah,
Joe.
He's right, though. It's a small percentage of people that actually get out and do it, and that's who they vote for. So what can you say?
Yeah.
I get out. I don't vote for them, but dang, I'm not voting hard enough. I need to vote harder.
You should.
Yeah.
You should be voting harder.
Harder, faster.
Well, check this out.
Higher.
Nearly half of the small businesses are not prepared for a recession, according to a new study on the Fox Business Channel. Businesses that have been around for about 10 years, they're just not ready.
Yeah.
They haven't even thought about it.
Right.
Yeah. Usually in the
Day to
business
day.
world, when there's the possibility of an economic downturn, which I don't think it's happening, I just don't see it. But usually one of the first indications is you see the RV industry backing off on orders.
Yeah, yes.
And they've done that.
They have. That's right. That's an indicator. RVs, boats is another good indicator.
Those are things you don't need. Those are luxuries. You know?
Yeah, the things you want, and I want both. Isn't it? Speaking of RVs specifically, it's amazing to me how many they do sell. How many people do buy?
Oh, they're fun.
You look at these RV lots, and they sell the heck out of them. And you would think that it would be a more of a narrow market, but man.
Yeah, the second business following that is RV storage.
Yes, exactly.
That's why I've never bought one.
Or the RV becomes storage.
Right.
Yeah.
We've thought about it, buying an RV, seeing the world.
Yeah.
Going to the Grand Canyon, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
But then you drive past all of these storage places, and every city has a dozen of them, and there's 200-300 RVs that are in storage.
Yeah,
It makes me think, oh, wow. I wonder if one of those persons would rent theirs to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like an Airbnb for RVs,
Yeah, I mean,
I only need an RV maybe 2 or 3 times a year.
right.
So why would I go buy one?
Well, you do have that element of folks that retire, and they do that. Some very good friends of mine, her parents did that, lived all over the country.
Love it. I love it.
And they had an incredible life doing it. I think they're not doing it as much now.
I bet what's hurt the RV business is the tiny house industry.
Right.
That's new.
Right.
It's fairly new in the scheme of things.
Yeah. But there's some massive lots in the Fort Worth area, along I-35. I can't remember the dealer's name. I mean, I'm talking. It would appear to be hundreds and hundreds of these things.
The RV outlet mall just right up the road here.
Great folks.
It's always busy.
Always busy. Yeah, I've done some remotes there.
People that love RVs love RVs.
Yeah, that's right. They're into it. It's an RV. It's a lifestyle kind of thing. But I'm just amazed at the amount of these things that are sold.
Yeah.
So
I have no idea how much they cost either. I mean,
well, I think you can pay as much as you want to pay.
Right.
I mean,
you could probably get a used one for a few grand.
Well, if you're talking
on up to $300-400 grand.
Yeah, motorhome. That's when you can get over $100,000 just like that.
Do that again. That's pretty good. I didn't realize you had your own sound effects over there. That's pretty good. I am looking forward to, an RV would be kind of nice for dove season. Go out there, just camp all night, shoot some dove all day.
Are you going to get into this year?
September 1st. We're just days away, man.
You don't need any camo at all?
Huh?
Camo?
What?
Camo? Do you own any?
Of course.
You do?
Do you?
No.
Of course not.
Not.
Nobody thought you did. Nobody listening thought you did.
No.
Nobody
never.
Don't worry. Nobody's going to judge you.
Okay.
Nobody's going to judge you.
Thank God. So, are you on a lease?
I do not have a lease, but I would love to go dove hunting this year. I would love to. I just don't know where. You could go just on the side of the highway, can't you?
Give it a go. Let me know how it goes.
No, I think you can. Why are you laughing at me?
I don't know. No, I'm not laughing. I don't know. Is that right?
Yeah, I think you can. I think you probably just find a field off SH-130 somewhere.
Just
as long as
some state-owned land.
Maybe there's no homes or businesses. Can you do that?
Give it a go and just let us
know.
Am
I wrong?
I have a feeling that you're wrong. I think.
But you don't know.
No, I don't. I'm going with the gut. My gut's telling me you better not try it.
Not even a remote area? Nobody around?
Well, I guess you could shoot them, pick them up, and then run like hell. You could try that.
Why? I got a license. I got a license to have the gun out there and go shoot. I got everything I need. What's the problem?
I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs.
I remember in high school hunting dove on the football field with the high school principal.
That was a much different time. Much different time then.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes.
Did you?
Yes. You hunted on the football field with your principal.
Sometimes you just look like you're not paying attention.
No,
sometimes your eyes drift, man.
They do, because I was looking at texting, and I was wondering if somebody was texting in.
Well, pay attention right here,
That
man.
was more
When does that ADD medication kick in?
It takes about a day. So I'm usually a day behind on it. I was just wondering if somebody out there could answer your question as far as where can you dove hunt and where can you not? If you're not on a lease, I think you're wondering, can you do it on public land?
Well, I'm not going to take any advice from you.
No, please don't. I have not a clue. I have never dove hunted.
I got a listener that just texted me, said you could come hunt on my property anytime you want.
I knew you were going to get those offers.
Well, that's what I was trying to get.
Yeah. I don't blame you a bit.
Here's another. I just got a message on Instagram. Thank you, M. Playa. Come out and hunt on his lease anytime.
Looks like you're set.
You can go Sunday mornings, Lake Granger, out there on public land. Okay. All right.
Really? All right.
Yeah. So you were wrong. Right?
I didn't say either way. No idea. I don't want you to get shot. I don't want you to be arrested.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that? You are really the weirdest person I know.
Well, all I know is I have a friend who was dove hunting one time, or quail hunting, or one. And,
why would you say that?
No, and the police showed up. He was somewhere where apparently he should not have been, or he was getting complaints for some reason. He could probably explain, but you can't just go anywhere you want, so be careful.
Of course, I wouldn't go just anywhere.
Yeah. Care about your safety.
You got no filter, do you?
Nope. None. Can't even spell it.
Oh, that's great.
Can't spell it.
Bryce in South Austin, good morning.
Hey, Bryce.
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
Oh,
great.
so
What's
good.
going on?
It's you were talking about the RV stuff and needing an Airbnb for RVs, and there's actually a company called Outdoorsy that opened up a shop on Cesar Chavez a while back that did just that, but then they promptly shut it all down like 6 months later. I don't know if it's still operating and they just shut their office, but they did just like you were talking about, the Airbnb for RVs.
Do you have an RV? Have you ever used one? What's
I don't. I'm a tent camper, but I could imagine, growing up,
traditional?
We always went with friends' parents, and they've got a whole setup in the RV. You got to have bazillion different things for when you're camping. So I can't imagine that it would work real well trying to just rent one for the weekend.
Yeah,
and having everything that you need.
Every
knowing
time
how to use it.
Yeah. Whenever we go camping, my kids always get a little upset and questionable. They always question me because whenever we go camping, it looks like a military compound. That's with my gear. It seriously, it's like you could land a Chinook helicopter right there where we're camping.
You have a landing pad.
Got a landing pad. We got the strike zone. We got it all. We got it all. We got the gunny suits and everything. Wearing a ghillie suit out there and everything. It's seriously
air conditioned tents.
Well, listen, we're occupying a territory.
Yeah,
at
you're
that
all
moment.
in.
We're not camping.
All in.
We're occupying.
That's it.
Don on the Todd and Don show. Good morning.
Oh, Don.
Hey, one of the drivers behind the RV sales is these RV parks that are going up all around. If you haven't driven around, you haven't noticed them. I built, 2, 3 of them so far, and as soon as they open up, they're full. I mean, people go and they'll buy an RV, they park it there, they pay $400 a month. That includes all the water and the sewer and the electricity.
Yeah.
And then they commute to Austin. They're all over the Del Valley, Fentress, Mustang Ridge, off in there, just as fast as they open up, they're full.
Yeah, I see them, man. I know what you're talking about.
One of our sales guys upstairs, Kelly, man, he's into it big time. Just about every weekend they're out in that. They've got a trailer
camping. He's got a bunch of kids. Yeah.
Yeah, and the kids love it.
Yeah, we had a pop-up camper at one time. I bought it for $3,200. Had the camper. It was a pop-up camper. It was an older one. And we used it for about 2 years. Used it maybe a dozen times, weekend getaway kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was time to get rid of it.
Right.
Just didn't want it anymore. It was old. We redid the cushions and stuff, but bought it for $3,200. 2 years later, I'd listed it on Craigslist for $3,700.
There you go.
The guy came over and he said, $35 is my best offer.
Yeah.
And I said, well,
man.
Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah. Just letting you know, I'm not making any money on this deal, but all right.
Randy on North Lamar. Good morning, Randy.
Randy?
Good morning, gentlemen. Todd, in case you're being serious, I think you're being facetious, but basically in Texas, you got 3 options. Texas is around 95% private property, so You either have to own property or lease it, either season or a year-round lease or a day lease.
Yeah.
Or you can buy the Texas Public Hunting Permit, which is available for $48 wherever licenses are sold. And that gives you the opportunity to hunt several properties for dove and also duck and hogs.
And that would be on state land?
No, it's owned by private individuals who
Gotcha.
have basically contracted with the state to use their land. Of course, the state is paying them some money to do that.
Yeah, I got you. All right. Well, so if somebody just invites me to their property, that's okay? As long as I got the...
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
But absolutely do not just go drive onto somebody's property because you would be
I'd never do
charged
that.
with trespassing at the minimum. They
I'd
probably
never
are
do
going to shoot you.
I'd never do that.
Yeah.
I was raised right. I was raised in Texas, man. I would never
That's
do
good.
that. Yeah,
Wouldn't end well.
I'd never do that. That's not good. That's
Wouldn't
not
end well.
good.
Listen to Randy.
Yeah. Thank you, Randy. 924 here on the Todd and Don Show. Jump in here at 512-836-0590. Toll free 877-590-5525.
The longest night of my life was in an RV. Actually, my only, in fact, it was my only RV experience, and it was oh God, I don't know, 35 years ago.
Wow.
And a guy had asked me to play a gig with him in Arlington, a party, and
What does that mean?
a gig, a show, drums in his band.
Okay.
Asked me to. I was.
Just wanted to be clear.
Yeah, it was just a one night kind of thing. And sure, he said, and we're going up in an RV. I got a friend of mine's loaning me his RV. Great. All right. Sound like a hell of a deal. Good money.
Yeah.
I thought. And so we go up and we play this. It was like a private corporate event thing. And we're going to drive back the same night from Arlington. And this RV, this piece of crap, it was the biggest piece of crap. This thing breaks down.
Well, I thought it was a very
Not done.
lovely story, and you tell it so well with such enthusiasm.
Wasn't done yet. It breaks down in the middle of an intersection, right in the middle of Arlington, Texas. And we sit there. None of us have any charge cards. None of us have any money. None of us. We didn't have a thing. We were completely stranded there all night. This guy who invited me to do the gig, I won't mention his name, but he wore a toupee. I'll give you that. He was underneath this thing all night trying to fix it. He finally got so frustrated, he ripped off his toupee and was screaming, "Why me, God? Why me? Why me?"
Like that story.
Finally,
Todd and Don Show.